It's my pleasure to be with you this evening as we continue our mission of advancing leadership and rewarding excellence. Now it's my pleasure to introduce Sergeant Alex Liddell. If you've attended a Friday evening parade at Marine Barracks, Washington, you may also recognize him as the voice of 8th and I. Sergeant Liddell.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Marine Barracks, Washington, D.C. is proud to present the Commandant's Own United States Marine Drum and Bugle Corps. Please rise for the presentation of the colors and the playing of our national anthem. The Marine Corps color guard before you is unique. Flanked by 2 Marine riflemen, our national flag is carried by the 41st Color Sergeant of the Marine Corps, Sergeant Stephen Sexton of Mattawan, Michigan, while the Marine to his left carries the official battle color of the Marine Corps. The 55 streamers and silver bands displayed with the battle color commemorate the military campaigns in which Marines have participated. They span the entire history of our nation, from the Revolutionary War to the combat operations in Afghanistan, Iraq, and Syria. Decorated with palms, oak leaf clusters, and stars, they represent more than 400 awards and campaigns of the United States Marines. It is the privilege of Marine Barracks, Washington, D.C., the oldest post of the Corps, to be entrusted with the custody of this battle color. Please be seated. Formed in 1934, the Commandant's Own celebrates more than 90 years of marching and musical excellence while carrying the distinction of being the only drum and bugle corps currently serving in the United States Armed Forces. This evening's performance will open with a march composed in honor of United States Naval Service personnel whose heroic actions inspired these famous words: uncommon valor. Under the direction of Chief Warrant Officer II Patrick Montgomery, Marine Barracks, Washington, D.C. is proud to present the Commandant's Own United States Marine Drum and Bugle Corps. This evening's performance will close with a musical tribute to this great nation, America the Beautiful.
All right, well, thank you so much, Sergeant Liddell, and you've already done it, but please join me again in thanking the DMB and Color Guard for their outstanding support this evening. All right, please direct your attention to the screens for a brief video presentation.
The Marine Corps Association is the professional association of the United States Marine Corps, founded over 100 years ago by General John A. Lejeune, who, along with a group of like-minded Marines, saw the need for an association whose mission was the betterment and improvement of the Corps through professional development, the recognition of excellence, and by expanding awareness of the rich traditions and history of the world's finest fighting force.
The MCA is a member-based organization comprised of tens of thousands of active duty, reserve, and veteran Marines, and together with our donors and industry partners, we provide a variety of resources to assist in the education and growth of those in the profession of arms. Our Total Force membership program provides premium memberships to all serving active and reserve Marines at no cost to the individual.
The Marine Corps Gazette and Leatherneck, Magazine of the Marines, are the flagship publications of the Marine Corps Association. The MCA first published the Marine Corps Gazette in 1916 as the Corps' professional journal for sharing ideas and professional discussion. Today's contributors include Marines of all ranks from across the force, discussing topics relevant to all elements of the MAGTAF, as well as leadership, innovation, and modernization. In its over 100 years in print, Leatherneck Magazine has shared the stories of Marines and friends of Marines in every clime and place, from personal accounts of historic battles to today's deployments.
To develop professional excellence in all Marines and the Marine Corps community, the Marine Corps Association provides a wide range of resources, including battle study packages, authoritative references, MCA films, podcasts, and decision-making exercises.
We also support commanders across the force with professional dinners, spouse summits, and professional leaders conferences. Through these programs, we provide Marines and spouses with tools and knowledge, as well as opportunities to hear from military, academic, and industry subject matter experts to challenge and inform their thinking. The association also partners with the Marine Corps to recognize the achievements of thousands of Marines each year.
High-performing Marines in various occupational fields are recognized by their communities, deputy commandants, and commanding generals at annual awards dinners. Honor graduates receive awards provided by MCA at institutions ranging from the recruit depots to top-level PME schools.
Since 2015, the MCA has co-hosted the Modern Day Marine Military Exposition to provide the Corps' leadership an annual venue to engage with Congress, industry, the media, and Marines. The Marine Shop has been serving Marines around the world as the premier source for uniforms, with a store in Quantico, Virginia, and online to help forward-deployed Marines with their uniform needs. For over a century, it has been the privilege of the Marine Corps Association to support the professional development of Marines on and off the battlefield, and we look forward to continuing to serve our fellow Leathernecks in every clime and place in the future. Semper Fidelis.
Well, now it's my pleasure to introduce the Vice President, Marine Corps Association Foundation. Please welcome retired Colonel Timothy Mundy.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2025 Marine Corps Manpower Personnel and Administration Awards Dinner, honoring the Marine Corps' 2024 award winners. You just heard, I'm retired Colonel Tim Mundy, so I don't think I need to say that again. But I'm up here because our MCA CEO, Lieutenant General Schroede, is not able to be with us tonight. He really would like to be, but he's in Italy, so it's kind of hard to imagine he's too sad about it. But that gives me the great opportunity to be up here and help recognize those in attendance and also participate in the awards presentations. The best part of me being here is that I brought my amazing wife, Christy, who at this point is probably better known at Headquarters Marine Corps circles than me, or that I ever was. So, before I move on, can we have another round of applause for the Color Guard and Drum and Bugle Corps from Marine Barracks 8th and I. Now, Preston, he spent 25 years with the Marine Band, and they are phenomenal. I always think the Drum and Bugle Corps, gets my blood pumping. So I don't know if that didn't motivate you tonight. I was so motivated. I sat here thinking, I'm in the middle of a bunch of people who work at M&RA. Surely there's a way they could bring me back on active duty, Then I started thinking about the CFT, some sweaty guy on my back while I'm wondering if this is the day my spine finally gives out. And I thought, you know what? It's okay. Not bad being retired here. So we are very fortunate to have some great senior leaders with us this evening. I'm going to mention them by name, so please hold your applause until I get through all of them, both active and retired. Our co-host, of course, is Deputy Commandant for M&RA, who tonight is represented by Major General Chick Rideout. Thank you, sir. The Director of Manpower Management, but not for much longer. He is headed to 2nd MAW. I think you smile a lot, sir, but you're probably smiling a lot more tonight because of where you're headed soon. We also have Major General Bill Bowers with us. And I dare say if this dinner had happened just a little later, I'd been introducing you first. I think. I don't know. I may be going out on a limb there. But we're also fortunate to have Brigadier General Fred Fredrickson, who will be taking over MM soon. Deputy Director, I didn't see him, but I think he's here. Manpower Plans and Policy, SES Michael Malillo. Is he here? Yes, sir. Thank you. As well as Sergeant Major Jacob Reif, the M&RA Sergeant Major, always a hit, and his son Trevor. When I realized, Sergeant Major, you were bringing Trevor with you this evening, I couldn't help but have flashbacks to my brother and me sitting through multiple Marine Corps events as kids, not realizing there was an ulterior motive that may have led to us ending up as Marines ourselves. But you know what, Trevor? Do whatever you want as long as it's in the Marine Corps, okay? Our guest of honor this evening is a former Deputy Commandant of M&RA, Lieutenant General retired Mark Berlakis. He's not so far removed that he doesn't still know where the skeletons are buried in the Marsh Center. He's also the chairman of MCA's Board of Governors. So really, I know he's here in a dual purpose. He's grading how I do, filling in for the CEO, and I'm going to receive a performance evaluation counseling at our board meeting, which is just next month. But sir, thanks for making the time to be here. We're sure you're going to have some great remarks for us. Tonight, we also have several retired generals, admirals, and special guests with us. I'm just going to call through the names. I didn't see him, but I know General Greg Olson was on the list. General Olson make it tonight? Maybe not. Okay, but General Olson at least hopefully paid, and we made some money on him. Vice Admiral William French, I believe I saw you, sir. Major General Scott Eggs Benedict, talk to you, sir. Thanks for being here. Rear Admiral Sink Harris, always a regular with us. Rear Admiral Jen Lobeline, Brigadier General Mike Brogan, one of my old bosses. I know I saw you, sir. And from our band of Army brothers, we should have Brigadier General Patrick McAllis and Brigadier General Michael Meese here as well. And originally, we had our 18th Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps, Ron Green, going to be here. I always love mentioning him, not just because he was a Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps, but if you know Ron, he is just a great human being. And to emphasize that point, the reason he's not here is he left to go assist with flood relief efforts in Texas. So that should be no surprise to anybody who knows Sergeant Major Green here tonight. We also have a couple of MCA board members in the audience this evening. I'd like to recognize them as well. I've already mentioned General Berlakis, who is our chairman, but we also have board members Jeff Spites, Lieutenant Colonel Jeff Spites, and Colonel retired Chris Patton here with us as well. I want to take a minute before we go further just to say a special thank you to the family members present. Many of you are here to see your Marine or civilian award winner receive their award in front of the audience tonight. And any of us who have done great things in our time in the Marine Corps or around the Marine Corps recognize how much the families mean and are part of that. It really is crucial. When I was deployed and people tell me, hey, I'm praying for you, I'd say, you really should be praying for my wife and family because they got the harder job. I'm not doing exactly what I want to do. So thank you for being here. I want to give a round of applause for all the family members. I also want to thank our sponsors. We can't put on events like this in support of the Marine Corps without you. If everyone would take a minute, pull out your program and just take a quick look. You can see what you're having for dinner. That's always exciting. You can see General Black's bio there. You're going to flip through the award winners. But when you flip it over on the back, you're going to see quite a few sponsors shown there. And really, it is the sponsors that help us put on these events. We can't do that without them, and really, they are an integral part of what we do here. I'd like to welcome a couple of new sponsors for this particular professional dinner. The Armed Forces Mutual, Sandbox, and the Armed Services YMCA. Thank you for joining the team and being here to support this event. So, a round of applause for all the sponsors as well. Now, so I'm not making you wait too much longer on dinner, let me bring up Chaplain Trent Long. I think you're out there.
Let us pray. Our gracious Heavenly Father, we gather with gratitude for the freedoms that we enjoy, the mission we serve, and the people that we are here to celebrate this evening. Thank you for those men and women whose tireless dedication, unseen hours, and unwavering excellence continues to sustain and strengthen the Corps. Tonight, we honor those whose efforts went above and beyond, whose integrity, innovation, and service to others lifted their teams and inspired this organization. Lord, bless these honorees and their families. May their example continue to shape a culture of excellence and character in our Marine Corps. We ask your favor upon our leaders, wisdom in our decisions, and courage for the challenges ahead. As we share this meal and fellowship, may our hearts be filled with respect, unity, and a renewed sense of purpose. Bless the food that we're about to partake, and bless those who've prepared it and this time together. We pray these things in your name. Amen.
All right, thanks, Chaplain. Please enjoy your dinner. The program will continue after you've had time to eat the great food here. Thanks. Hey, everybody, if I can get you to take your seats, we're going to get started again. If I can get your attention and everybody take your seats. All right. Hey, we'll get continued with the ceremony here. I am going to just quickly mention a couple of people that I missed. This is going to count against me in that performance eval later. But Brigadier General Dave Reist is here with us, sir. Sorry I missed you earlier. I even spoke to you, so that's terrible. That's what happens. All the gray hair. That's what happens to your memory. And Mr. Ed Cutshall, I think you're here as well. So thanks for being here. And oh, sorry. Right there. Sorry, I was looking toward Marta. I don't know why. Anyway, we're ready to start now, and I'd like to bring up to the stage Major General Rideout. Thanks, sir.
How's everybody doing? Hey, yes, I'm filling in. Which is actually really cool. But he didn't say it. I'm going to say it. I'll just tell a little secret here. So Bill Bowers here has been confirmed for 3-star. And had this gone a little differently, he'd been up here talking right tonight. But round of applause, if you would, for the future DC M&RA. Hey, it's an honor to be here hosting tonight. And quite frankly, to celebrate and recognize some pretty impressive folks that we're going to talk about. And you're going to hear some things about him here in a minute. But it's really about recognizing excellence tonight. But more than that, it's about honoring the steadfast professionals that serve behind the scenes, if you will, to keep our Corps moving forward. These are individuals who ensure our orders are cut, pay is accurate, families are supported, and every Marine, recruit to general officer, can focus on the mission, knowing that the foundation that's supporting them is rock solid. These are personnel and programs that, quite frankly, may not always be the most visible, if you will, of our warfighting capability, but make no mistake, they are vital. When we talk about readiness, precision, discipline, we're also talking about the efforts of Marines and civilians who make our institution run efficiently and with integrity. Each award presented tonight represents not only an individual's personal excellence, but also the collective commitment of the commands, supervisors, teams, all who invested in those individuals. From junior Marines to seasoned staff and COs, from warrant officers to civilian experts, your performance over the year has set an incredibly high bar and incredible mark of excellence. So you've done the hard work. You put in the long hours. You've taken care of your Marines, your commands, and the mission. And so tonight, we take the time to say thank you. Well done, and that we're incredibly proud of what you've accomplished over this past year. To the sponsors, thank you. I know it was mentioned earlier, but your support for events like this and your partnership enable us to celebrate the best of our Corps and then to reinforce the importance of the great work that they do for each and every one of us. And to the families and to the loved ones that are here tonight, thank you. Your support allows these awardees to thrive, and your presence here makes this night just that much more meaningful. So again, if you would, a round of applause for the families. So before we begin presenting, I get the honor and the privilege to introduce our guest of honor. And Lieutenant General Mark Berlakis served 38 years in uniform. He finished as Commander Marine Corps Forces Command in Norfolk. He had I almost said a bad word. He had a terrible chief of staff that worked for him there at one point. But prior to that, he was, it's not gonna be fast. See, I knew it was gonna happen. Sir.
So the guys in Manpower and Reserve Affairs gave me a whole bunch of stuff that I'm supposed to say, and that won't happen. So one of those, that chief of staff, Chick Rideout. And it's really a thrill for me to be back here. One, I'm the chairman of the Board of Governors and also the Board of Directors for the Marine Corps Association, Marine Corps Foundation. So I'm involved with what we do and how we do it. And I think Tim Monday, Chuck Chiroti, Leanne Mitchell, and the rest of the staff just do a wonderful job for Marine Corps Association and enable the deputy commandants and commanding generals to have these sorts of venues all around the Marine Corps. And I'm just privileged to be part of it. And I really appreciate the opportunity to do that. When I was asked to come and speak, first of all, I wasn't asked to come and speak. I was asked to be the guest of honor, but I didn't know what the hell that entailed. Okay, I'd been to these dinners before and there was no guest of honor. Chuck Chiroti come up, he'd tell a couple of jokes. All right, Tim would come in and sweep up after him. We'd give out a bunch of awards. So I wasn't quite sure what was going on. So I finally sent a note back and said, okay, what do I do? And they said, well, you give a speech. I said, great, that'll be fun. And I'm going to talk about manpower and reserve affairs. I will. But I'm the guest honor, so I'm going to do what the hell I want before that. So there's a couple of things that I want to talk about. One is, and I'm going to talk a little about Marine Corps Association. For all of you who've served as Marines, raise your hands. Okay, the Marine Corps Association has been an organization that was solely focused on the professionalization of the Marine Corps. All right, the authors and editors and publishers of the Leatherneck and the Gazette spent day in and day out, month in and month out, issue after issue, focused on doing just that. Taking input from the fleet and putting it back out to the members of the Marine Corps Association to develop a dialogue. And the Marine Corps Association is a member-driven organization. So, for those of you out here who've never been a member of the Marine Corps Association, you're letting the home side down. And for those of you who are lapsed members, okay, I expect you back. For those of you who have continued your memberships, thank you very much. You recognize the quality of this. You recognize the quality of the Leatherneck. And it's incumbent on all of us to continue to make the Marine Corps Association the quintessential and the premier professional organization of the United States Marine Corps, envied by the other services. Hoorah! Outstanding. Wasn't quite sure I was going to make it. In the last 12 days, I've had family illness and my mother in the hospital, not sure if she was going to get out on the other side, and my daughter's apartment being flooded by Tropical Storm Chantal and her car being totaled, etc. So it's been really exciting around Brolakis household, but it kept, before I picked up the phone, I just kind of waited for the next day to show up. So I made it. It's all good. Everybody's fine. My mother, God bless her, she'll be 90 this year, bounced back once again. And she's out and about, and I think she was sneaking a cigarette. But I'm really glad to be here. And one of the reasons is because, and if I was, can everybody hear me all right? Yeah? Okay, good. I don't do well behind there. I really hate prepared speeches. General Bowers, I want you to know that I once moved M&RA in total, civilians, Marines, etc., to the base gym in Quantico and spoke extemporaneously for an hour and a half. Okay? I promise I won't do that now. We got a lot of people who recognize, understand that. We're going to get to that. We're going to get to that really soon. But for me to come back here and see my old company commander from 40 years ago, to see my chief of staff, now a 2-star going to command Marine Wing, my district commander now getting his 3rd star to become Manpower Reserve Affairs, is just so cool. All right, these are the people that you served with. They were younger. You may have given them a little guidance. They may have made you look really good at some point in your career. It's really cool to see them doing really wonderful jobs, being successful, doing great things. Sergeant Major Reed, great to see you. Trevor, you're a man, okay? Great team of Manpower Reservists. Buttressed by some tremendous Marines and civilians. But before I get to why we're here, I'd like to recognize a person who I met when I was commanding recruiting command, who was an entrepreneur, and I was at RS Baltimore, visiting the recruiting station commander, his worst nightmare, and he said, I've got an idea for lunch. And I said, whatever you want. And he took us to this place, and it was amazing. We went in, it was a barbecue place, and it was all about men and women who served their nation. We were there right about noon. At noon, they stopped. Everybody stood up, said the Pledge of Allegiance. They recognized first responders. They recognized the people in their communities, but also the military members of the Army, the Air Force, the Navy, the Coast Guard, the Marine Corps, and I think he's probably even given a nod to the Space Force. He's with us tonight. And from that one shot, he's got 150 others. We're talking about Bill Krause, one of the partners and owners of Mission Barbecue. Bill, please stand up. Bill, that's just because, you're a Mission Barbecue. But he doesn't realize all the other things that you do. The money that you give, the support that you provide for local organizations, etc. I remember when you opened up the Richmond shop, you called me up and said, hey, bring everybody down, I want to feed them. Now, I had to talk to the lawyer. I a few people down. The fact is, Bill Krause, not only does he have the same last name as my wife, but Bill Krause is a great American. His son, his daughter-in-law is here. You're going to see his daughter-in-law in a little while. She's going to get an award. So this family who's providing service, father, son, daughter-in-law, they're with us today. Bill, I just had to say, you're a great American. Your store, Mission Barbecue, is revered by service members all over the globe. Thank you. That's the cool thing about being retired and being a guest honor, because you really don't mix anybody at this point in time, except for my wife. And as long as I keep shoveling shit, and it's all good. All right, we are here for a very important task. We are here because a few years ago, M&RA said they wanted to have an awards program. And the Marine Corps Association said, tell us a little bit more about it. We had a conversation. And Leanne has been doing a great job since. And now we will recognize 16 individuals from Manpower Reserve Affairs who have done superior work. Truly superior work. In my time at M&RA, I learned a couple things, right? The Commandant of the Marine Corps has essentially 3 jobs: man, train, and equip. All laid out in Title 10. People, man, biggest job. There are 250,000 members of the United States Marine Corps. And you all think 250,000, oh my goodness. Well, let me tell you about it. You got the active force, you got the reserve component, you got the active reserve component, you got your civilian Marines, and then you got the reservists that are activated. It all comes out to about 250,000 people. They got to be fed, they've got to be administered, they've got families, they have to be taken care of, they have children. All those things. Manpower Reserve Affairs is the cradle-to-grave organization for the Marine Corps. Whether you're a private standing on the yellow footprints or a recruit standing on the yellow footprints for the first time, or you're a 38-year-old broken-ass lieutenant general walking out the door, they have got you. They have got you for your pay. They have got you for your care. They have got you for your family. And as the Marine moves on to the Marine Corps and he takes on more responsibilities, and I'm not talking about responsibilities of going from first lieutenant to second lieutenant or sergeant to staff sergeant. I'm talking about having a wife, having children, taking care of the family, having special needs in your family. The Marine Corps, through Manpower and Reserve Affairs, is for every Marine all the way through. And whether it is the individuals who assign them in manpower management, or the people that figure out how many we need to recruit in manpower plans, or whether or not we've got food and we can sell stuff to them in MCCS, or whether or not we're going to solve a problem for either the Marine or his family at Marine and Family Programs, or we're doing all of it at Reserve Affairs. All 5 of those divisions are working every day to take care of every Marine and their family members. And I got to tell you, being a part of Manpower and Reserve Affairs for me was a privilege. It is truly a place where you can solve problems, where you can actually look all the way down to an individual Marine and take care of something that Marine and his family had no idea how the problem would be solved. But you also have to understand that if you're going to solve that individual Marine's problem, then you have to create a policy that solves all their problems. Commanders worry about a Marine, the Marine, my most important Marine. Manpower Reserve Affairs takes care of every Marine, treats every Marine the same way. And if they're going to take care of one, they're going to take care of all. Whether they're taking care of our families, at the child support centers, whether they're taking care of our sick, ill, and injured through the Wounded Warrior Battalion and the Wounded Warrior Regiment, whether they're taking care of Marines who've fallen and have an alcohol problem, a drug problem, other issues, whether they reach down and they take care of the most vulnerable among us to make sure that they know that they are in care, that they are important, and that we will do everything for them to make sure they are whole. And whether they stay with us for 4 years or whether they stay with us for 40 years, that commitment never wavers. These 16 people, whether they be active duty, reserve, or civilian Marine, these 16 people have led the charge in Manpower Reserve Affairs in the last year. They are individually and totally heroes in my book, and I suspect in your book as well. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm not done yet. Where's the tape? Oh, here it is.
Your go.
Tags. Hey, but mine's official. Andrew, come on.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Major Ivasic. I get the privilege and perhaps the challenge to follow these individuals. I'm going to narrate the rest of your evening. So we're going to kick off the awards. Our first award this evening will be the Administrative Marine of the Year. Mike Ollinger from Metro Star, which sponsors this award, will join us on stage. Metro Star has a rich 2-decade legacy of building the best and brightest teams. Their mission is to serve and transform how people, agencies, and tech enthusiasts connect with the digital age. The fusion of our digital services and the solutions mean faster, tailored results for every mission. The Administrative Marine of the Year Award is presented to the Marine in the ranks of private through Lance Corporal for excellence and exemplifies outstanding professionalism and leadership within the community. The recipient of the Administrative Marine of the Year this year is Corporal Eric Ramirez Leyva from Marine Detachment, Fort Gregg Adams. He was instrumental for the outstanding ratings of both a CGRI and a MCAT, and was on the Dean's List this year. Our next award is the Marine Corps Administrative Non-Commissioned Officer of the Year. Sam, sir, excuse me for butchering your name. Sam DeFilippo, sir, representing Hartford, which sponsors this award, will join us on stage. For more than 212 years, the Hartford has provided people and businesses with the support and protection they need to pursue their unique ambitions, seize opportunity, and prevail through unexpected challenges. The Administrative Non-Commissioned Officer of the Year award is presented to the Marine in the ranks of Corporal and Sergeant for excellence and exemplifies outstanding professionalism and leadership within the community. The recipient of the Marine Corps Administrative Non-Commissioned Officer of the Year is Sergeant Dante Abad. Sorry. He is from the 24th MU. He was part of the forward deployed unit and most notably put himself at the point of friction during a mass casualty on the recent deployment. Our next awardee is the Reserve Administration Non-Commissioned Officer of the Year. General Mike Messy, retired United States Army. President, representing the Armed Forces Mutual. Armed Forces Mutual is the longest-standing nonprofit association that empowers military families with affordable financial solutions, including life insurance, investment management, residential mortgages, and survivor assistance services. The Reserve Administrative Non-Commissioned Officer of the Year award is presented to the Marine in the ranks of Corporal and Sergeant for excellence and exemplifies outstanding professionalism and leadership within the administrative community. The Reserve Administrative Non-Commissioned Officer of the Year is Sergeant Andre Sims, Jr. from IPAC, Headquarters and Service Battalion. MCA IPAC, Camp Butler, Okinawa. One of his accomplishments include reducing admin processing time by 2 days and maintaining a 98% accuracy. Our next award is the Marine Corps Administrative Staff Non-Commissioned Officer of the Year. Jessica Bellato of First Command, which sponsors this award, will now join us on stage. With a vision of lifelong financial security for our nation's military families, First Command has been the financial coach for those who have served for over 60 years. The Marine Corps Administrative Staff Non-Commissioned Officer of the Year award is presented to the Marine in the ranks of Staff Sergeant to Gunnery Sergeant for excellence and exemplifies outstanding professionalism and leadership within the administrative community. The Administrative Staff Non-Commissioned Officer of the Year goes to now Master Sergeant Christian Cabrera. He helped revolutionize Personal Administration School, modernizing testing procedures and enhancing the curricula. Our next award will be the Personnel Officer of the Year. Kevin Mulligan of Google, which sponsors this award, will now join us on stage. Google Cloud supports the critical missions of our military and national security personnel around the world by providing them with the most secure, reliable, and innovative cloud solutions. The Personnel Officer of the Year award is presented to the Marine in the ranks of Warrant Officer through Chief Warrant Officer 3 for excellence and exemplifies outstanding professionalism and leadership within their community. The Personnel Officer of the Year is Chief Warrant Officer 2 Wyman Wedding. He is from Marine Aircraft Group 41, 4th MAW. His contributions include 4 activations, 5 annual training exercises, and the creation of SMART, an administrative tool many of you are probably familiar with. Our next award will be the Manpower Officer of the Year. Chris Mayfield of Steerbridge, which sponsors this award, will now join us on stage. Steerbridge enables data-informed decisions, operational execution, and advanced solutions through comprehensive data intelligence, and their team of domain and technical experts collaborate closely with customers to transform data to meet their mission. The Manpower Officer of the Year award is presented to a Marine in the ranks of second lieutenant through captain for excellence and exemplifies outstanding professionalism and leadership within the administrative community. The recipient of the Manpower Officer of the Year award is Captain Kimberly Heller. During her time at the 24th MU, she supported operational planning, processed a mass casualty, and mentored 3 of her Marines to meritorious promotions. Our next award will be the Civilian Administrator of the Year. Sharon Harmon of Pearl Insurance, which sponsors this award, will now join us on stage. Founded in 1954, Pearl Insurance developed one of the first life and health insurance programs specifically designed for the affinity associations. The company is currently one of the premier sales and marketing administrators, providing exceptional customer service to millions of members in affinity associations throughout the world. The Civilian Administration of the Year award is presented to a GS civilian in the grades of GS4 to GS8 for excellence and exemplifies outstanding professionalism and leadership within their administrative community. The recipient of the Civilian Administrator of the Year is Mrs. Carolyn Culberson, Installation Personnel IPAC Center, Marine Corps Recruit Depot, Paris, and she is unable to attend tonight. But she's being streamlined for streamlining the ID Card Center at Paris Island to support timelines for 17,000 recruits. Our next award is the Marine Corps Civilian Analyst of the Year. Scott Barnett of Salesforce, which sponsors this award, will now join us on stage. Salesforce is enabling public sector organizations around the world to modernize government services, transform digital service delivery, achieve faster time to value, and improve mission success with automation tools, purpose-built solutions, and smart insights that help you move the mission forward, all with a complement cloud environment. The Civilian Analyst of the Year award is presented to the GS Civilian Marine in the grades of GS9 to GS12 for excellence and exemplifies outstanding professionalism and leadership within the administrative community. The recipient of the Marine Corps Civilian Administrative Analyst of the Year is Mr. Adrian Grange, Marine Corps Installations West, Camp Pendleton. His mobile administrative team built the trust and competence of the West Coast units, measurably improving individual administrators and administrative units for more than just this year. Our next award will be the Personal Administrative Center of the Year. Keith Long of the United Service Automobile Association, which sponsors this award, will now join us on stage. USAA is dedicated to serving military members and their families through insurance and by offering more benefits than any other major financial provider. The Personnel Administrative Center of the Year is presented to a Personnel Administrative Center for excellence and exemplifies outstanding performance within the administrative community. The recipient of the Personnel Administrative Center of the Year is Marine Corps Air Station, Miramar, California. Accepting this award tonight is Chief Warrant Officer 3 Ashley Hobbs and Master Gunnery Sergeant Thomas Aragon. This IPAC processed over $437 million in pay and entitlements with an astonishing accuracy rate of 99.8% and a 96.4 Tier 1 rating from MCAT. It's a big deal, y'all. Yeah. Our next award is the Career Planner of the Year. Eric Mellinger from Mantech, which sponsors this award, will join us on stage. Mantech International Corporation provides the innovation, adaptability, and critical thinking our government needs for success in defense, intelligence, law enforcement, science, administration, health, and other fields throughout the nation in many countries throughout the world. The Career Planner of the Year is presented to the Marine in the ranks of Sergeant through Gunnery Sergeant for excellence and exemplifies outstanding professionalism and leadership within the administrative community. The recipient of the Career Planner of the Year is a now Gunnery Sergeant, Matthew Perkle from Marine Corps Air Control Group 18. Due to a recent injury, he was unable to make it, Master Sergeant Lisa Marshall is accepting it on his behalf. Then Staff Sergeant Perkle had a F plan of 140% and an S TAP of 111%. Yeah. Whoa. Our next award is the Reserve Career Planner of the Year. James Kempt of Claxton Logistics, which sponsors this award, will join us on stage. Since 2007, Claxton Logistics has been providing a full range of logistics, acquisition, benefit solutions, and technical solution services to military and civilian customers. The Reserve Career Planner of the Year award is presented to a Marine in the ranks of sergeant through gunnery sergeant for excellence and exemplifies outstanding professionalism and leadership within their administrative community. The recipient of the Career Planner of the Year award is now Staff Sergeant Mariah Soto. She's from Intelligence Support Battalion Marfa Res. Then Sergeant Soto exceeded the command retention mission for 2 units she supported. Retry. Our next award. Our next award is the Postal Marine of the Year. Sergeant Major Paul Davis, United States Marine Corps, retired, with Sandbox, which sponsors this award, will join us on stage. Sandbox connects and supports our military community through content and technology, empowering service members and their supporters to be mission ready and helping the entire military ecosystem thrive. The Postal Marine of the Year award is presented to a Marine in the ranks of corporal through gunnery sergeant for excellence and exemplifies outstanding professional and leadership within their postal affairs community. The recipient of the Postal Marine of the Year is Staff Sergeant Juan Solis Jr. from Marine Corps Base Hilton. His post office received a perfect score with a recent Headquarters Marine Corps IG inspection. Our next award will be the Marine Corps Community Services Marine of the Year. Tom Quigley with Leidos will support this award, and he will now join us on stage. Leidos is an innovative company rapidly addressing the world's most vexing challenges in national security and health. Their 47,000 employees collaborate to create smarter technology solutions for customers, including the United States Marine Corps. The Marine Corps Community Services Marine of the Year award is presented to the Marine in the ranks of Sergeant through Master Sergeant for excellence and exemplifies outstanding professionalism and leadership within their community. The recipient of the Marine Corps Community Service Award this year is Staff Sergeant Daniel Bannon, Headquarters and Support Battalion. Marine Corps Installations West Pendleton. He led a $50 million retail merchandise project, which the sales manager of the second highest grossing MCX, and led 2 tactical field exchanges. Our next award is the Child Development Center Staff Member of the Year. Vice Admiral William French, U.S. Navy, retired, President and CEO with the Armed Forces Services YMCA, which sponsors this award, will join us on stage. The Armed Forces Services YMCA enhances the lives of military members and their families in spirit, mind, and body through programs relevant to the unique challenges of military life. Their focus is to provide needed programs and services for single or married junior enlisted personnel and their families. The Child Development Center Staff Member of the Year award is presented to a civilian staff member serving at Marine Corps Installation Child Development Centers for excellence and exemplifies outstanding professionalism and leadership within their Marine Fleet and Family Services community. The recipient of the Child Development Center Staff Member of the Year is Mrs. Maria Davis of Quantico. Miss Davis postponed her retirement that was supposed to be this year and stepped into the role of director without the pay or the recognition. So this is us recognizing her tonight. Our next award is the Equal Opportunity Advisor of the Year. This award is sponsored by the Marine Corps Association. The Equal Opportunity Advisor of the Year is presented to the Marine in the ranks of Staff Sergeant through Master Gunnery Sergeant for excellence and exemplifies outstanding professionalism and leadership within the equal opportunity and administrative communities. The recipient of the Equal Opportunity Advisor of the Year award is Gunnery Sergeant David Emerton of Marine Corps Installations Pacific. However, accepting for him this evening is Master Gunnery Sergeant Benavides. Gunnery Sergeant Emerton is one of the 3 DOMI-trained EOAs in the entire Pacific, and he supported an operations crossing over 4,500 miles in 5 time zones, and he established himself as the go-to EOA in the Pacific. And our final award is for the Sexual Assault Prevention and Response Victim Advocate of the Year. This award is supported by the Marine Corps Association. The Sexual Assault Prevention and Response and Victim Advocate of the Year is presented to a Marine Sexual Assault Prevention and Response and Victim Advocate either on an installation, a deployed environment, or in reserve component for excellence and exemplifies outstanding professionalism and leadership within their administrative community. The receipt of the Sexual Assault Prevention and Response and Victim Advocate of the Year this year is Captain Elizabeth Hosey of 1st Light Armored Recon Battalion. She's being recognized for unmatched commitment to victim advocacy and her reputation as a leader in the 41 area of Camp Pendleton. Ladies and gentlemen, that is all 16 of our awards. But before I relinquish my post, I'd like to make one final announcement. For those of you who may not know, the Marine Corps Personnel and Administrative Board, that we call the MPA Board, has officially stood up via formal charter. Many of those members are in this room tonight. If you want to, I'd encourage you to stand. These Marines are dedicated to providing, nope, nobody's gonna stand, okay. I know who you are, there you are. Yeah, I know you're in here. These Marines are dedicated to providing direction, governance, and modernization to all the communities that you are all here representing tonight. These positions they hold are voluntary and rotating, so I encourage everyone in this room, especially maybe our winners, to volunteer for the next round of members of this team. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I hand it over back to Colonel Mundy.
All right. Well, thanks again to all the great sponsors and the award winners up here. You know, I know I started off talking about how motivating the Drum and Bugle Corps was and the Color Guard, but it's also amazing just every time we get to do this to see the Marines, the civilians, all the people that really make things happen in the Marine Corps, and to get to see them represented up here. Sergeant Major Rife and I only need about 5 more practice sessions before we figure out how to pass the awards down the line. But you know what? They still got their award at the end anyway. Thanks very much for all of you attending. General Rideout, thanks so much, sir. General Bowers, congratulations. I know, you know, just so close, sir, so close. You'll be here next year, all right? General Blackus, thanks, great comments. Would not have known you could have talked an hour and a half extemporaneously. That was, I mean, that, you know, sir, I was wondering if we were still going to be here at 10:30, but no, sir, you did great. No, we don't need to extend the board meeting. No, anyway, look, we've had a great evening. I'll say on behalf of the CEO, he usually thanks the MCA team. I know there are some people that got used to hearing me, you know, on the video. And then you notice we threw a few, you know, we're cheap. We don't pay anybody extra. We just throw a few extra people in there. It reminds me like a song from a George Thorogood song, you know, 1 wasn't enough. We had to make it 3. So, you know, you got Woody and Marta in here, but, you know, a couple of people have been called out. It really is a small team at MCA. We love doing this. But you've got, you know, Preston, Michael Armistead, Mike, you know, back in the back, AV, Leanne, you know, Woody, Marta, me. but a whole bunch of people behind us that do this. And really, it's a small team. We're up here, we're setting up. In fact, if you want some entertainment, stick around for a few minutes. You're going to see me up here breaking down the backdrop. I mean, I'm not just the MC, or doing this part. I'm going to be, packing that thing up in a minute. So it really is a great thing we enjoy doing for you, and just appreciate your support across the board. So thanks to the MCA team. Thanks for everybody who's been here tonight. Have a great evening. Semper Fidelis.
Every time.